We recently did a fault-finding type job for a well-known fast food chain based about 10 minutes up the road from our shop. The job went really well, and at the end of it we came to a conclusion as to why the said issue was happening. The customer was that happy with us that when we requoted to do the repair side of the job, that they got us back in to do that as well. And we also filmed that. But I have a bit of an issue. You see, how it works with me is I will create a piece of content, I'll edit it, which will take a set amount of time, and then I'll upload it onto YouTube, and a couple of weeks later I'll drag that video into an AI tool that'll chop it all up into little short videos that we can use on like TikTok, YouTube, Instagram, all the platforms that don't really cater for long form video formats. And during the time between uploading the first video and going back, we'd actually created more content in between about how we conducted the repair work. Now, if you've ever created any type of content for YouTube, you'll know it takes a hell of an amount of time to organize people to film, to organize the scenarios to film in, to get permission of the people to film, to edit, to upload, to do the thumbnail and the title and all the bits and pieces that goes into it. But we seemed to get the recipe quite good on the first video. So good, in fact, that we actually attracted the attention of the said fast food chain themselves. You see, I was about 2 days away from uploading the second part of the series, if you want to call it that, where we demonstrated how we did the repair side of the work for said fast food chain, when I got an email that dropped into my inbox. The email basically said that we didn't have proper permission to film at their premises and that we had breached some security policies in doing so. As I've said already, it takes a hell of a lot of time to put together these videos and upload them to YouTube so that you guys can enjoy them. So I pushed back ever so slightly and said, is there any way that I can adjust or edit the video in a certain way that would mean it would pass more compliantly through their policies? But unfortunately, they pushed back. If anything, the guy that I was emailing from their legal team was actually really nice and took the time to explain properly why and how we'd breached their policies. And to be fair, I hold my hands up and say, although we got permission off the managers from the franchise, we actually didn't kick this far enough up the chain to get proper permission from the franchise. We kind of got the okay from the senior team at that branch, but never really anything written back from the brand itself to say that they were happy for us to do that. And from their point of view, we were filming sensitive stuff, so yeah, I was kind of left with no leg to stand on there. I was extremely gutted that I had to go through and take down the scheduling for all of the short videos that were going out on our social platforms, and also take down the content that we'd already uploaded to our YouTube channel. But it also means that the video I'd put together of the repair side of that installation work is just completely wasted. Now you might be wondering, why even bother putting this video together, Pete? You've obviously just taken the first one down, why not just lick your wounds and move on? I thought it was important that I was authentic with you about why the video had been removed, if you wondered why it just disappeared off our channel, and also why there won't be a follow-up video about the repair side of that installation work. But I am pleased to say that the fault has been repaired. We decided to completely rerun the cable from the comms cab over to the said camera that had an issue. This is difficult, isn't it? I'm sorry if I'm being a bit vague. I don't want to tread on anybody's toes here or cause any more upset. We actually have a great working relationship with a couple of the managers at the franchise, and I want that to continue. But I can't sit on my sorrows too much, because if I actually take a step back and look at this as a bird's eye view, in the summer of this year, we completed a job, or several jobs now, for one of the biggest fast food chains in the world. And if you'd have sat me down 4 years ago, 5 years ago and said, Pete, in 5 years' time, if you stick at this and keep going through everything that goes wrong, eventually you will land a customer like that, then I'd have gone, oh my God, that's mental. And that's just the way life is. Sometimes we don't stop and reflect on where we've come. We just kind of focus on the woes that we're going through. But all in all, we've had a decent year at it. It's now actually the break between Christmas and New Year, and this video should be going out New Year's Day. So Happy New Year. But I also wanted to use this as an opportunity to say thank you. We started off as a minuscule YouTube channel, not really sure on what we're doing, and I'm pretty sure I still don't. But we've grown to nearly 5,000 subscribers, and the videos that we've put out over this year are camera reviews. We've borrowed an M4 to do some filming with that. We've filmed at out on site doing installation work, we've filmed in people's houses. We've done a massive amount of stuff this year on our YouTube channel, and I'm incredibly proud of the progress that we've made. But as well as the team here that help everything gel together, it's also thanks to you guys for watching. I've got some cool videos that I've got planned going into the new year, and we're going to pivot our content ever so slightly as we adapt our business, but I'll come on to that in a future video. But for now, I hope you've had an amazing Christmas, and I hope you have an even better New Year. Thanks for watching.